Hi, this is Miss D Special Things. Alright, you guys, I am not going to announce my winner for my National Scrapbook Day until tomorrow. I wanted to show you all a kinda sorta how to make these. Yeah, let me get my granddaughter's. It's a good thing I still have hers because she is totally happy about this thing and keeps saying, you're not giving mine away, are you? Of course I'm not, sweetie. Yes, but this fairy garden, I'm going to show you how I constructed. Super easy, just using the, what they call friendly umbrella base. Yes, so I'm going to show you basically how I put it together, okay? Once I stuff it, then you're pretty much on your own, okay? Alright, and I hope this is okay with Minnie, because usually when if I do a tutorial, it's because it's not out there, or someone would say there's not a tutorial out there that they can clearly understand. So then I'll do it, and I'll try to do it to the best of my ability. You're going to need lots of stuff. For one, the base of your umbrella. If you're old school like me, you know that this is pretty much, remember the fans that we used to make? And we fan with them in church, or make them in church, and or wherever you were in school, and you just put two together and you stuff them. That was the initial idea. Well, I decided I wanted to make a fairy garden for my granddaughter, and Grammy Extreme made baskets, and I was like, I kept saying I wanted to make a fairy garden, and I was going to take the Chanel stem and put it from one side to the other and make it like a basket. Well, she did hers. I thought it was such a cute idea. I decided to actually make it look, the whole thing look like a fairy garden. So I took this and I used the fans. I used the fan style, where you just take 6 by 12, two 6 by 12 pieces of paper. You fold them. I used a 1/2 inch crease line. Fold them and put them together. The reason I don't hold this down here or put anything at the bottom is because it keeps it from going out as far as you want. But if you actually don't glue it first or bind it together first, this umbrella will go out as far as you want. And that includes the 8.5 by 12 inch ones, because then you could fill it with as much stuff as you want. You don't have to put extra paper on it to weigh it down to make it come out. So yes, that's what I do. But here you go. I have stuff on my desk. This is all the stuff that's on my desk is here because this is what I'm using. I have a small trim here that I'm actually going to adhere to the top part of this. There's no rhyme or reason as to how I decorate these. So the decorating part, that would be up to you. I can't do this on screen very well. I finish stuff better when I just sit here and do it, and I don't have to worry about filming. Yeah, because when you film or when you're on camera, you have to worry whether or not you're in shot or in the camera. Yeah, so that's why I pretty much don't like to do my projects on camera. Because if I move and I'm sitting down, and if I move this here and work on it, you're not seeing what I do. And I get thumbs down like that a lot. I guess for that reason, you really don't know why you get thumbs down, because people don't really tell you. They just give you a thumbs down. I'm going to say that is because they can't see what I'm doing on screen. Okay, maybe they just don't like my video, but they didn't say that, so or maybe they didn't like the way I was doing something. So because they didn't say, I'm going to say that I was just not in clear view. I'll probably speed this part up, I think. Oh my gosh, when I tell you guys that I think, I'm not going to say that, but I want to say that I think my Mac has won as far as me learning it. I'm going to keep it up. I promised to give you videos yesterday, but I fought with that Mac yesterday like nobody's business. I don't know if I've mentioned this to many of you before. I got a new iPad and a Mac. Oh my God, yeah, a MacBook Pro. And I'm supposed to be learning how to use these gadgets. I'm so used to my original iPad. I'm not having a big problem with this. I just can't do the stuff that is on my iPad. I can't use it like the iMovie, and that's really why I wanted it. And Steven is telling me it's super easy, but he doesn't have it. My son tells me the same thing. Oh, you just do this, it does everything for you. It does. Right now, I'm having to go back through what it is I was doing and writing stuff down, because I'm finding that I'm just not remembering. Oh, I know that's not good, huh? Yeah, so once I write it down and start following the instructions or the steps, I know it'll kick right in. Right now, that's not happening. Yeah, so the Mac, yeah, it saves everything for you. You don't have to tell it that. I keep forgetting that. Whereas my PC, you have to actually tell it to save. I am having and then it does everything so easily. I guess I'm just making it complicated. Yeah, I think I am. But anyway, how you decorate this or put the lace on, that's really up to you. You don't have to do it like I do it. I always do this part first because I want to make sure I have this on the outside, and I actually seal that last piece so that you can't see your edges. I just like everything to be seamless. If you don't see your seams, you pretty much, and the glue binds it. If you put a little glue on there and then you touch it, yeah, you'll pretty much hold down your seams. So there you go with that piece of lace. And usually on the inside of it, I'll find a pretty piece and put it around here. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how to stuff this little booger. I use a piece of felt. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use a purple piece. Only because I'm going to put a white piece of lace over it. And what I do is, these are, I think, 9 by 12 pieces. I'll just take it and fold it in half. And then I will, and I have to do this now because I didn't do it before. I'm going to take a needle and thread it. I should have done this part before too, so I'll just fast forward. And let me find my thread. And here you go. I just take thread. I always use hand quilting thread for everything because it's sturdier. Yeah, and it helps because the thread isn't so thin. And I'll just take the thread. Yep. I'm gonna knot it on the end. Yeah, this is such a super easy project, you guys. I'm going to knot this on the end, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to sew. This looks blue in the screen, but it's not. I'm going to sew, and you're just really trying to hold this together. I'm going to sew this into a half moon. All right, you guys? And I'll show you what I mean by half moon. Just like this. Yeah. Just like this. You could either cut it and sew it, or sew it and then cut it after you finish. I'm doing this because this fairy garden can also serve as a pincushion. Or you could just sit it around and use it as a display piece of inspiration. Yeah, now this is basically it for making this thing, and you want to leave a little of the edge of your of this open. I'll leave it here, yeah, so that you can stuff it. All right, okay, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to pull this last one out so that I'll have enough room to stuff it, and then just thread it so that it doesn't come loose. For now, you just need to hold it. Okay, and there you have your half moon. I'm gonna cut it because you don't have to, because you can actually use this and stuff it down in your umbrella. I'm just gonna stuff it so that it is kind of a half moon, sort of, kinda, yeah, like that. And you could keep your little pieces because they're small enough to use on anything. All right, let me get some polyfill. Hold on, because I didn't bring that. Okay, this is the polyfill. I have this in my little craft nook that I made years ago to keep all my altered items in. And yeah, this is what I'm using. This is polyfill, and you're just taking this polyfill. You can actually fill this before you sew it, but I wanted to show you all how I did it. You just take this polyfill and you stuff this piece of, yeah, you stuff this. And I can't tell you how much to put in here. I just kind of pick and choose how much I want in there. As you can see, it's pretty cushiony. I just grabbed a handful of it and I stuff it like that. Yeah, you don't have to worry about sewing this piece because it's going to be stuffed down in here. This is actually what you're going to do. You're going to take this and you're going to stuff it down in your umbrella like that. I think I've already done a video. Now, to make it easier, what I'll do is I'm going to glue, just put a little bit of glue on this side of it so that it's not open. And that's just for your sake, because usually I'll just stuff it in the umbrella and be done with it. Alright, so you have that half moon I was talking about. Okay, you guys? There you are. You're going to take this and you're going to stuff it down in here. Or you can do one or two things. You can go ahead and take your piece of lace, and we'll do that first since since you have it done. Now, it doesn't matter what size lace you use because you just want to cover your project. You can just take a piece of lace And you could start here and you just put it over each side. I'll do that so that you can see what it ends up looking like. I may do this in 2 pieces because I did say I wasn't making a tutorial today, but that's the first thing. And then I told you if you needed to leave, if you wanted a tutorial, leave a comment. Yeah, and someone did leave a comment that they wanted a tutorial. So here you go. I'm gonna watch for the time. This is now 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is stop this and I'll start another one. Okay, hold on.